Hey y'all, what's up? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. So glad to be here. Week 3, day 1. Day 1. We daily. It's daily. It's daily growth. We growing every day. It seems like a fast paced way. It's really not, because it's really not. And that's why you do self-evaluations at the end of the week. That's why you evaluate yourself and how your week went. That's why you set goals, even if that means the same goals, because it's day-to-day progress and progression over perfection. It's not moving fast, you're moving at your own pace. So let's say, for example, if I didn't complete all my weekly goals, but one of y'all did, that's good. That's something that you have down pat. So now you can work on another small goal to add to your life. So we're going at our own pace, but you're learning something every day. You're learning something about yourself. You're learning more about yourself and the way you work and what works for you. You're learning to tailor things to your own journey. So, week 3, day 1 is Sunday. It's time to prepare for the week. If your week is like mine, I start mine on a Sunday. Sundays. So, I'm going to hop right in it. I'm going to discuss my goals about last week. So, yesterday I talked about showing myself grace, right? I had to show myself grace so I could get everything back under control so that I could replan some stuff. Just, like how I thought it was gonna work, didn't work. It wasn't working. Here I am, week 3, day 1. Third week, I have to redo all my weekly goals. I did not complete any of my weekly goals last week. None. Didn't daily meditate. I think I meditated like twice this week. I think I meditated like twice last week. I did not get to work on time at all. Like, at all. Y'all know I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even read. I didn't read. I finally did start. I'm literally like, I have 1 chapter left. So I did read today and I've already meditated. So I'm starting my week off right, because I did meditate this morning for 10 minutes and I did read. So that means I got 1 more chapter before I can start a new book. So I'm already there. It's already done. Because I'm changing my schedule around this week, I am praying that I get to work on time. I'm gonna try. But it's a goal because I promised my boss that I would try. So it's definitely something that I really, really got to get on top of. So that's literally my weekly goals this week. I got to do it again. But like I said, I had to show myself grace last week or I would go crazy. Like, I would be burnt out and tired and I probably would not be standing right here. Because I'll probably be asleep. And I did give me some good rest today, but I got up, got going, meditated, read, Bible, all that good stuff, then ate, everything. So I'm here now making this video. I got some more stuff to do tonight, so it's like I'm halfway through the day. We're gonna finish the night off great, and I'm gonna go to bed at a reasonable time. So my weekly goals are daily meditation, arrive to work on time, and finish a book and start working on another one, because like I told y'all last Sunday, I got so many books that I need to go ahead and finish because I've just started them. So that is a goal for me. That's tailored to my life. And to be honest, the chapter I read today in The Dream Giver, woo! So I was looking for a Bible verse. I had to let a Bible verse come to me, and I had found one. I was like, ooh, this fits. But then I started reading my book. I was like, I'm gonna hold off. I still got time to let something come to me that really, really fits. So I'm reading the book, and I'm already thinking before I even started reading the book, I was like, because I might get something out of this book. So I had that thought before I even read the book. And so, I'm reading the chapter that I'm on, and of course, I get emotional again. This book just has me so emotional sometimes, because like I said, it really came to me at the right time. When I do open up and read it, it be ready for me, like right in my face. It puts things right in my face. So I am excited to be finishing the book, but I'm also kind of sad to be finishing the book, so I probably always like refer back to it in times of need because it's really a good book. But I'm gonna keep on moving. You know, hopefully, I'm hoping that I start to kind of make these a little shorter. But anyways, weekly intention. My weekly intention for this week is I, Lanasia, intend to remain focused at all times because I got stuff to do. At first, I had the sugar honey iced tea because I felt like it just, you know, you got to do. But I was like, you know, you're trying to stop cussing. You're trying to, as much as I really, 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 really am trying to stop cussing, it's really, really, really hard because I've heard cuss words all my life. So it's really, really hard. And sometimes it just makes stuff sound so much better. You know, I woke up this morning, y'all. I woke up this morning. And I was fine when I woke up this morning. I was okay, you know. But I had an experience today that I want to share with you guys. And it's a short experience. I woke up this morning. I was fine. I was good. Doing what I normally do. And, you know, I realized that you learn something new every day. No matter if it's with people or situations or just within your life or outside your world. Like, you know, outside in the world. You learn something new every day. And I feel like this morning I learned something new. And it made me so emotional. Like, I was so emotional this morning. Because it's like I'm at a point in my life where things no longer wait to hit me. My lessons and stuff hit me right there. Like, literally right, like, the next day. Like, I learned a lesson, like, right on the spot about something that just happened. So I love that. It allows me to keep going on a day-to-day basis. It allows me to get stronger on a day-to-day basis because I'm allowed to see and know and learn. See the issue, know the issue, accept it, and then learn something from it. So, you know, this morning, I just realized, like, you know, I was getting, like, all teary-eyed, emotional. Full circle, it allowed me to fully prepare for this video. I sit with myself at a certain time, like, before I even do the video for the day. And or even, like, the night before, and I'm like, I literally do not know what I'm going to say. Like, I prepare myself and, you know, I do my points and what I'm going to say. But then I'm like, okay, I do not know what's going to come with these points. What's going to come from my heart with these points. So, you know, of course I always pray that God gives me the words. But today I was able to experience that and feel it come to me. Like, all, like, my message. I was able to experience it, and then it just came to me like, this is what is gonna go with the point, you know. So this morning I learned that I need to remain focused no matter what. No distractions, no, how do I put this, no allowing myself to become unfocused. Like, just knowing, like, it's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy for your mind to wander off into another place. So, you know, I have to, because I know what it's like to remain focused. But right here lately, I haven't been remaining focused. So, well, I have, but at the same time, I haven't. So now I'm feeling like with finding balance, I need to remain focused. Like, all I see is what I got going on because I got stuff to do. The stuff I got to do is what I'm focused on. Like, I can't let nothing or nobody get in the way. Like, even when I feel myself feeling certain types of emotions that just make me want to revert back to situation or things or people, I can't do that, like, at all. Like, that's not important right now. the aspect of moving forward is what's important, because there's so much ahead of me. There's so much waiting on me. And if I'm stuck in my head, if I'm stuck in those type of emotions, I'm distracted. If I'm feeling any type of way, I'm distracted. Especially with things that aren't giving me that type of energy back. You know what I'm saying? So this morning I was just like, I gotta remain focused. I can't be distracted by nothing. Not even scrolling on my phone, because I was doing that this morning too when a lot of stuff was hitting me. So I was like, no. So it got me a little emotional, because I started to feel a little lonely too in it all. I'm like, yo, this is hard. I was like, this is not easy. Like, what I'm doing right now, not even with this YouTube, but sometimes healing myself is not easy. Just having to deal with certain things, and just, like, mentally, I'm still growing. Even though I'm mentally strong and I'm not where I used to be, I still fight with myself. And I think I've mentioned that before on my YouTube. I still deal with that. That's why I was like, I can't wait to go back to therapy, because I still fight with myself mentally. And when you're fighting with yourself mentally, it's not easy. It's not easy, because you really have to defeat the enemy, which is your own mind. You really have to rise above your negativity within yourself. You really got to rise above the feelings of loneliness, like the feelings of defeat, the feelings of guilt, like the feelings of hurt. Like, you really have to rise above those feelings and keep going, choose to keep going, choose to be happy. But that's not always easy. So I got really emotional, because I was like, yo, yeah, this is not easy. This is hard sometimes. And, you have to do that. You have to. And I felt myself getting ready to cry, and I was like, I'm going to tell y'all, like, for real, I'm a crybaby. But when I started to grow and heal, I don't cry as much as I, like, especially, like, over little things and stuff like that. Like, I really, really, really don't cry. And it's a good and a bad thing, because sometimes when you're healing yourself, you need to cry. For me, I would, like, stop myself. Like, I feel myself getting emotional, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how deep this cry is gonna get, so let me just stop it. I'm gonna stop you right there. And I tell you, sometimes during this journey, when I have just let it all out, it feels so good. But I'm gonna be real and say, I push my joints back most of the time. I don't got time. We finna get up and we finna keep it moving. Yes, I kind of sort of felt the emotions, but I talked myself through them too. So maybe I didn't need that cry. You'll know when you need it. But that's just how I was this morning. And so I'm just laying in my bed, like, I feel how I feel. Like, it's hard. It's not easy doing all of this, like, everything that I got going on. And, felt myself get emotional. I'm like, nah, not today. But I ended up saying, you know what? I gotta remain focused. So that, I was like, yeah, I set up straight. All my lights was out. I had the little thing down, so it was dark in here. So I got my phone and turned the light on, and I grabbed my book, because my YouTube is planned out ahead of time, but Sundays and the weekly advice for Monday are not already pre-filled out or pre-planned, because I like to wait until I get to that week to actually see where I'm at. So then I can do goals, see what goals I need to set for that week, see how I'm feeling as far as my intention. Grab the Bible verse that fits, figure out what my weekly advice is going to be. So it's tailored for that week. Like, I can't pre-plan weekly goals and I ain't even got to that week. So that's just how I thought. Like, I can't plan a weekly intention a month ahead, because I have no idea, what the week before looked like. So I don't even know what I'm going to intend to do that, so I let those stay blank. And that's why I do it before, so I can get that sense of, okay, how am I feeling? What's going to come, So yeah, I set up, turned the light on my phone, and I'm writing my weekly intention. and that is to remain focused because I got stuff to do. Yes, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. Yes, I'm going to feel those times when it's not going to be easy. When I feel like I'm all alone, like, you know, but I am never alone. And I affirm that I am never alone. So that's my weekly intention. I intend to remain focused at all times because I got stuff to do. If I need to take a break though, and if I'm having a day where I'm feeling real emotional and I need to cry, I'm gonna go do that. I point there because I probably crying there. But I'm gonna go do that. But then I'm gonna get back right. I'm gonna remain focused. I'm gonna get back to what I know I gotta do. So that's my weekly intention. No matter what I got going on this week, if I need to take a break, if something is hitting me hard, I'm gonna give myself some grace. I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna feel it. But I'm gonna remain focused, and I'm not gonna let things distract me, and I'm not gonna distract myself. So it goes both ways. I'm not gonna let anything outside of my world distract me, and I'm not gonna distract myself in my own world because I know what I got going on. I know what I gotta get done, and I know what I have to do. So there's no excuses. If I'm distracted, then I'm not committed, and I'm very much committed to my journey, to everything I have going on, not just this YouTube channel. And so that's where my focus is. Before I get into the Bible verse today, I'm just going to say make sure you got your 3 weekly goals, even if they still look like last week. Even if 1 or 2 or all 3 still look like last week, because all 3 of mine look like last week. Go at your own pace. This is your life. This is your journey. Don't rush it. Take your time with it, but don't take too much time. I'm learning the essence of that. Like, take your time. Yes. Do it with ease. Breathe. But don't not do nothing. Don't move so slow because you just never, put in that work as much as you can. But just make it easy. That's what taking your time means. Making it easy for you, making it flow for you, making it fit for you. And then also, make sure you got your weekly intention. Or if you want more than one, that's fine. Make sure you know what you intend to do this week and get it done. What was my weekly intention last week? So last week, my goals were to continue to release, let go of all the things, people, and habits that no longer serve me. I set that weekly intention, and I can say that I got that done. For the most part, I did really good, like, this week as far as releasing a lot of things and letting go. I actually went to bed at some reasonable times this week. So, as far as releasing, I still got some habits to work on that I need to release. But, I had to balance everything out. So hopefully this week I'll continue to let go of some bad habits that do not serve me. So I went and peeked at the time when I went and looked at my intention from last week. I'm on a roll. I think I'm about finished. Just let me get through this. So, Bible verse for the week. Joshua 1, 3, and 5. So, I'm going to read from chapter 1, verses 3 and 5. I'm going to start with verse 3. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Joshua 1, 3. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. And this verse did come from... It's crazy because I'm actually reading Joshua right now. I'm reading it right now. I was reading my book, and The Dream Giver, and he was talking about having a warrior heart of a warrior. And he was talking about how you're going to face giants when you're going after your dream, like, David and Goliath. And so I was reading, and I'm trying to catch some inspiration, of course. So I'm reading, and he comes to this particular verse, and it fits what he's talking about, which is when you're on your way to following your dreams and doing what your purpose is, you're going to face a lot of things in your way that's sent to basically distract you, sent to bring you down, sent to knock you down, sent to not let you move forward. And that comes in all forms. people, situations, yourself. Again, he had referenced David and Goliath, but then he had also started to reference Joshua, the chapters in Joshua. And it's crazy because, like I said, I'm just reading it. So when he's talking about it, I'm already knowing what he's talking about because I remember the chapters I literally probably just read 2 nights ago when Joshua was going to take... They were going to take a city, Jericho. They were going to take Jericho. And they had already tried 40 years ago. And they didn't succeed because some people weren't believing. They were scared of all that Jericho had surrounded the city. The spies, the armies, all the giants, all the situations that could get them all defeated, they were scared of, except for Joshua and Caleb. Moses sent them to Jericho to spy 40 years earlier. So 40 years later, they're back, and God tells Joshua what to do in order to defeat Jericho, to take Jericho and all the giants. And so when he's telling the story, it's talking about belief, of course, and believing in God enough to know that you're going to defeat the things that come in your way. If he says it's yours, it's yours. So if he said it's yours, why would you not believe that it's yours? If it's already done, why would you believe it's not done? So he says, I will give you every place where you set your foot as I promised Moses. He's talking to Joshua, if I'm not mistaken. And as I was thinking, and I was like, this and it's crazy because I was just thinking, like, how does this fit? How does this fit? I was just thinking about myself and everything I've been through this morning. About remaining focused. About it being hard. And when stuff gets hard and it's not easy, it's not easy doing whatever you're doing, you kind of feel defeated. You kind of just get that frustration. You kind of just, you're not believing. You kind of just feel down. And then I started thinking about perspective, and I read it again, and I looked at it from a different perspective, and I was like, okay, he's talking about a place, but literally, it can mean anywhere God puts you. So, of course, I'm thinking about a lot of stuff, but I'm thinking about where I am now with this YouTube channel, and just with my job, and just the season I'm in, and with my journey and stuff. So, I'm thinking, duh. Why not remain focused? Why not do what you gotta do? Why not keep going? Wherever I set my foot, God gonna give it to me. Wherever I step in, wherever I plant my foot at, wherever I want to be at, because that's where I want to be and God wants me to be, He's gonna give it to me. It's already mine. So why shall I be discouraged? Why should I feel any type of way about what I have going on? Or why would I let anything or anybody get me in my head or get me just anything? Because I've already stepped my foot in a lot of places. I've already planted my feet in a lot of places. And God said He gonna give it to me. Just like He did Moses, He gonna give it to me. So I was like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one for this week. Why would I not remain focused? Because I done planted my feet. It's already mine. He already gave it to me. So why would I not stay focused and go get it? Why would I not stay focused and accomplish the things He wants me to accomplish? Why would I let anything knock me off of where I done set my feet at and it's already mine? Why? So I was like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one. And I ain't gonna preach to y'all, but I was like, yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm done with the first verse. I feel like I said enough on that one. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Because at first I really was just thinking, I wasn't thinking from a different perspective. I was just thinking like places, like literal places. Then I'm thinking from another perspective, and I'm like, because I'm just laying in my bed, letting it all come to me. I'm like, oh, that don't just mean a literal place. That mean wherever I plant my seeds, wherever I plant my foot, the ground, where I want to start planting it, it's already given to me. He's going to give it to me. It's mine. So like with my other project where I already planted my foot at because I made the decision to start doing it. The seeds I'm already planting. You know, I'm just waiting for that season for it to sprout, you know? For them to start coming, you know. But it's already mine. He's already given it to me. We still working on it. We still watering it. We still putting that work in. Don't put enough work in right now, but I'm trying to add it because, you know. But anyway, I had to full circle it for y'all. That's that verse. Joshua 1:5. God said, no one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so will I be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Forsake means to renounce or turn away from entirely. He will never renounce or turn away from you at all. I've learned to use my context clues all my life, but sometimes you still got to know what something means because you might be a little off. For me, forsake was, I kind of know what it was, but I need to know. So I can know exactly what God meant when he said it. I am never alone. Renounce. I had to go look that one up. Go look up renounce after that. To give up. He is not going to give up on you. He refuses to give up on you. He will not resign his place beside you, his authority over you. He is not going to stop being that authority, that figure in your life. That is his place of authority. That is his place where he wants to be. That's his job. To be over us, to be with us every step of the way. So he will never leave nor forsake you. He will not. So when I'm feeling like this, it's hard, when I'm feeling like this is not easy, guess who I go to? God. After I feel it, God, because I gotta feel how I feel. If this is how I feel, this is how I feel. You know, I'm feeling a little defeated. But I have to understand that, okay, it's okay to feel like that. But know that you are never alone. Know that God is right beside you. Know that if this is something he has given you to do, he will never leave nor forsake you. He will never give up on you. He refuses to give up on you. He is with you entirely. He will not turn away from you. You are doing what he wants you to do. He will not turn away from you. He said no one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. So when he sets you in that place and he gives you that place that you set your foot on, where you planted, everything that you planted in that place where you set your foot on that ground, where he put you at, where you're supposed to be, no one can take that from you. No one can stand against you as long as you live, because it's yours. He gave it to you, and it's always going to be yours until you're gone. So listen, know that nobody should be able to knock you off. Nobody should be able to get in your way. You should not get in your way. You should not get in your way. Because even if you don't feel like it, he is with you all the way. And, you know, I'm sitting here still thinking, y'all. Still thinking, because I know how people are when it comes to the Bible. So when I was reading it, for some reason, I started thinking about Harriet Tubman. I did. Because just like Moses, she might not have led a group of people at one time. She led many people out of slavery. She couldn't take everybody at one time. But God allowed her to lead a lot of people out of slavery so many times. She risked her life so many times. She could have got caught so many times. But God never left her or forsake her. God gave her something. It might not have been a fancy hair business, a fancy ownership or something, but he planted her feet right where she needed to be. And she took that trip every time for him. Like Moses led slaves out of Egypt. Yes, out of slavery from Egypt. Look how stuff just is generation to generation. Even though we not slave to white people anymore. We are slave to a lot of things. But anyways, they led people out of slavery based off where God planted them, where God wanted them to be. And what he gave Moses, I don't even think Moses was able to see what was given. I think he was already dead. But he said what he said. Moses did the work of God, and with that, the people of Israel got that land that was promised to them through Joshua. He set Harriet Foot in a place where she can help other people go to freedom. And she did, and she was able to enjoy some of that freedom herself before she left. It might have not been perfect, but they were free. And they both trusted in God enough to do that. It might have not been easy. It might have been hard. They might have wanted to give up. I don't know. I know Moses was having I haven't read the story of Moses yet, so bear with me. Cause like I said, I bounce around. Honestly, I really do. I plan on reading it from front to end after I finish bouncing around. But I'm bouncing around. What it's kind of sort of like what chapter comes to me, I read. For example, in the biblical woman community that I'm in, they were all talking about Esther. So I was almost finished reading a chapter I was in. I was like, okay, I'm gonna read that one next, see what it's about. So kind of like stuff that just comes to me. That's how I am. So I haven't really read the story of Moses, but I've heard a couple of things. And I think one of those things was that Moses didn't really want to lead them out of slavery or out of the wilderness. I don't know which one. I think both, really. I don't think he felt like, slavery. He felt like he wasn't equipped to do that. But guess what? They believed in God and they got it done. So just know that I'm about to end it. Put my church music on. Just know that I ain't been playing music the whole time. It's okay. So just know that feel how you feel. Just like from my experience this morning. I, was a little emotional this morning. A couple of times. This morning when I woke up and when I started reading that book, because it's like, I'm telling you, be smack dab middle in the face, how, just me having that experience this morning within myself of feeling how I'm feeling, and then I open this book and I read it. Of course, I'm reading it for inspiration, but also just reading it to, get my reading game up. It's crazy how it brought everything full circle for me, that I felt how I felt, a little defeated, just a little lonely, just a little, this is not easy. Like, I feel, I'm getting emotional, that type of feeling. And then to open that book and read it and just get that type of revelation out of it, because I'm no longer emotional. I'm actually crying tears of, I'm actually getting those tears of joy, that emotional, blissful happiness inside of me, because this book is putting something right in my face that's not only helping me, but helping others. So shout out, I don't know. His name is Bruce Wilkinson, The Dream Giver. I'm going to try out some more of his books. But that was happiness for me. How I felt. And then I was able to say, you know what? This week, we remain in focus. This week, know that God has set me in places, has set my feet in places that I'm going to prosper in. And he said every place. He didn't just say one place, he said every place that you set your foot in. And what did they do? They went in, if I'm not mistaken, they went and conquered a lot of cities. They got all the inheritance. So, me knowing that, I was like, oh, because I took it and looked at it from a different perspective. I put it based on my life. and what I got going on. And then I'm like, read the next one. No one can stand against me once I'm set. Once I'm strong enough and mentally strong enough to know that God put me here, which, you know, I told myself that today as I'm like, oh, getting that revelation, like, oh. I'm like, oh, yeah, we remain focused this week because can't nobody knock me down. I can't knock me down. I'm not in my way. Can't nobody stop me. Can't nobody hold me back. I don't want to hold me back. I don't want to stop me anymore. I'm focused this week. And that's just that on that. You know, that's how I came after feeling how I felt, reading that book, just getting that inspiration, just hopping up and knowing what my week looking like. Yeah. And to end it with this Bible verse, like, yeah. Because he will never leave me nor forsake me. And I truly, truly, truly believe that. And I believe it for y'all too. But you gotta believe for yourself, and that ain't on me. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that right there. I believe for myself that God got me through whatever I'm going through my toughest of journeys, even right now in this season, because this get hard. The stuff I got going on that I need to focus on, it get hard. And then, you know, I'm a person that it's just me. So it's just me on this journey. Nobody else. It's just me. So, yeah. I gotta know that I'm never alone. That God right there. And that he gonna get me through the toughest times. He gonna get me through the times where I feel like I want to give up and, you know, I feel alone. I feel like it's hard. Like, WTF. You know? I gotta know that I gotta remain focused even in those times because God is right there. That is already mine. He's already given it to me. Nobody can stand against me, not even myself. Not even my own mental. Because I'm stronger than that. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I love you guys. Stay safe. Be blessed. Stay beautiful, you know.